How was the nap?
It was a very long nap.
As you can tell, we are back with the Tuah girl, which is an insane word to even say in 2025. I thought she was still sleeping peacefully in 2024 with Fex boats and a bunch of other people we didn't have to care about. But apparently she's back because a podcast episode with Faze Banks got leaked about her crypto scam. Yes, a crypto scam. And to some people hearing that, they might be a little bit confused because what do you mean? That's why you haven't heard anything from the Tuah girl or the Tuah podcast, because last time the Tuah girl was relevant, she used her fame to launch a crypto coin.
My Hawk meme coin is live!
And this might have been the most obvious rug pull in history. First of all, this is Hawk coin, the same girl that got famous for saying Tuah spit on that thing. This is a sucking coin. So if you put money into this, honestly, hands up in the air, can't feel bad you lost any amount of money doing this. But then later that same day, obviously the rug was pulled. Everybody lost a bunch of money, and Haley Welch and a bunch of people representing her went to Twitter Spaces and got grilled by a bunch of people, that being from Faze Banks along with CoffeeZilla.
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
And it ended so poorly. They got grilled so bad by CoffeeZilla. Haley Welch didn't even stay to give her points, stick with her team the entire time until the space ended. She just ended up going to sleep.
Hey guys, I hate to interrupt you, Nick. Hello there. But anywho, I'm gonna go to bed. And I'll see you guys tomorrow.
And a lot of people assumed that nap of hers was gonna last for eternity because they heard nothing from her after that. Except for releasing one little statement talking about it that wasn't even saying much. And people were getting so upset to the point that they were going to even sue her. And had multiple people trying to see if they can get together to make that happen. And who wouldn't want that? She basically fleeced a bunch of people out of millions of dollars. And eventually after that didn't end up going anywhere. We have today where a podcast of her and Faze Banks ended up coming out. Well, not really coming out, more of getting leaked.
The podcast was not supposed to go live. They f***ed it up every step of the way. They leaked the podcast before it went live, and then they posted it when it was supposed to be canceled. They f***ed up twice, and the third was the launch itself. Her team is completely incompetent. They have absolutely no idea what is going on. They should not be trusted with anything under any circumstances. The coin is an absolute dumpster fire. It's even a bigger dumpster fire behind the scenes. And if you are buying this token, you are asking to lose everything. They did nothing. They didn't follow our suggestions. They didn't listen to us. We told them what to do. They completely ignored it. We told them to cancel the episode. They went ahead and posted it anyways. They leaked it. There's insider information. Every possible thing her team could have f***ed up, they f***ed up. Before the launch, during the launch, after the launch, they f***ed up every single thing. They're a disaster. They are a dumpster fire. I'm embarrassed that my name is on this and that we did this, and it wasn't supposed to come out.
Of all the people who try and discuss anything with the Tuah girl and her crypto scam, I would be expecting CoffeeZilla, not Faze Banks, to be the one who step up and try and see what happened with her. But recently, Faze Banks has been in the crypto community heavy, to the point where his word is basically law and people will accept whatever he thinks and trust his opinion. And because of that, his name even mentioned close to the hot coin is obviously gonna make the price of it rise even more. It's obviously gonna make the price of it rise even more.
I wanted to come here and talk about this is because millions of people are going to watch this. Everybody's kind of waiting to hear what you say. Everyone's kind of waiting to see how this plays out. And 99% of these people don't know shit about crypto. Just
and
like
I'm
you.
one of them.
Just like you.
I'm
Exactly.
one of them.
Exactly.
I'm no genius. I'm gonna tell you this now. Barely graduated high school, but I can even put together the pieces to know that maybe we shouldn't be admitting that we know nothing about the space that is single-handedly destroying our career as we speak. The one thing that is making her uncredible, making a lot of people not like her, is the same thing she apparently knows nothing about but was willing to promote using her platform. It just logically doesn't make any sense. She obviously should have did some prior research or even reached out to quite literally anybody in the crypto space to make sure that what she was doing was not only the right way but also legal, so she doesn't get sued or have any type of problems in any department. Because trust me, the crypto bros will come after you viciously.
So
Explain.
this idea got brought to me like months ago, and I was kind of, I don't want to do that. I don't know anything about it, and I've never heard the space is a good place to be. So I was like, I don't know about it. Which we trusted the guy that come to us. He was a friend of I don't know, a friend of a friend, I guess you can put him. That was my biggest mistake.
Yeah,
I probably should have looked into him.
We heard a little bit about him. Apparently he had like a pretty strong network in LA and kind of used that as leverage to give himself a vouch. And I think the guy probably more or less overstated his qualifications in executing something like this, fair to say.
Yes.
Which is usually the case.
Yeah, that's 99% of the time.
Working with somebody you don't know in a space you don't understand just seems so dumb that most people wouldn't do it, and you probably wouldn't. So I already know that bag had to be hitting so different, because there's no way you would throw away your reputation just for this, especially someone you don't know. That's the biggest thing. Working with somebody and not knowing who they are initially is all right, but doing your research, even if they're a company that looks credible, doing your research, seeing other people that work with them, or seeing other people that have talked to them, reaching out just to make sure that, hey, the person you're talking to is definitely not going to you over like what happened to her, is always good, because then you end up in the position where she is right now.
Do they offer you money up front, part of the tokens? Like, how did that work?
I guess we did that. So the deal that she did was like a brand image likeness deal where they paid her $125,000 up front. They were supposed to pay her $200,000 after the launch of the coin within 30 days. She was supposed to have full transparency to tokenomics and everything going on, which they did stay in communication about it, but it just was an ever-evolving game plan, essentially. So back-end participation was to always be mutually agreed, and what they had agreed on in the tokenomics was there was a 10% allocation of the token that would be on a 1-year lock and then a 3-year drip after that. Of that 10%, half of that was supposed to go to the company that created the project and half was to go to her. So out of 100% of the token, she would have had 5% at the end.
That answered the big question that a lot of people were probably wondering: why would you throw away this reputation? The bag had to be big. As I said earlier, it had to be fat. And hearing that number, 125K up front and then 200K 30 days later, I'm gonna be honest, a lot of y'all watching this video would have threw away y'all morals. Y'all would be in the exact same position as her. Now, saying is right, because it definitely isn't. It's not worth scamming millions of people for that amount of money, because then she could have gained it in a better way, lower process, but still got to that same exact position. It's sad to see how fast people will fold for money, and in her case, she did say she was only going to use the money for charity, but overall, the fact that she was doing all that just for a quick bag is really sad to see.
The dev is that was never disclosed to us. All I know is it's a gentleman that's.
So see, the problem with the developing side of like projects like these and products like these is they can do whatever they want, right? Like they can change this structure that sounds really pretty and nice and fair and honest. They can change it at will, right? You should know exactly who holds this token. Correct. Like always, like to have that be like a question mark, and like guys in Asia, it's like they're the ones who control now the destiny of this token.
It's like, who are these guys?
They at any moment upon launch, you know, this thing could rip to $100 million, and then they could all just suck all the liquidity out and send it to zero, and then you're again the face of it, you're the name of it, and then you're left in this situation that you've been in.
At this point, you can't only point the finger at Haley Welch, because what is her team doing? I don't understand it. They all just get group lobotomies when they decided to work with a random in Asia. Who was the one that created this coin? The one who has all the control over it and is saying these sweet things to them, but he could change it at the drop of a hat if he truly wanted to.
I think the biggest thing with like why people were so frustrated is less due to how the price turned out and more because it was very publicly set up like wrong. To the people that are really in crypto that do it every day, you could see on like A, B, and C, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong.
And that's why, Haley, the most important thing far and away for people like you and I in a market like crypto is transparency. It means everything. It's like it has to start and stop there, because then at that point at least something goes wrong. You know what I mean? This is what I knew, this is what happened, and that's why conversations like these are really, really important.
I do feel like Banks is right in saying this, that being more transparent would have helped a lot more people understand where Haley was coming from. But then at the end of the day, her face is still on everything. She is still the reason the coin got pushed, and she still has to be a majority of the accountability, because the coin can be pushed without her at the forefront. And if she just never does that, then it never happens. Even if she is clueless about it, she is actively still making that decision to move forward with a project she doesn't understand, because it'll net her some money at the end of the day. So while I do feel like being more transparent would have been cool for everyone around her, she still takes a majority of the blame regardless.
If you're gonna do that, if you're someone like Haley Welch and you're gonna do that, you need to like be as careful as you can be, and you need to make sure that the people that you're doing this with are like people you can really trust and qualified to do it.
Wiz Khalifa told me not to ever put your name on something you don't fully understand.
It's a really awesome piece of advice.
Piece of advice you'd give to Haley?
Just like make sure that you like clear everything that's like being done in your name. Like make sure you like it. Like don't let it get crazy. Don't let it get out of whack to the point where it's like, yo, I wouldn't even done that.
I'm glad she decided to completely ignore that useful piece of information and go on, I would like to say, one of the worst PR runs we've ever seen, but we've seen people do whole dances to apologize, so it can get way worse than you just going radio silent and sleeping for a couple of months. Outside of Haley just being terrible, we also have to address her management team, who did her zero favors. As in the next clip, she talks about how she couldn't even respond to Faze Banks because the people that were running her account told her she wasn't allowed to.
I saw where you DM me, and it was like in my requests, and you asked if I ran my account.
Yeah.
And what I done, I still confided in the guy that ran my account, and I screenshot it. I was like, can I respond to him? Like, he was in the live.
No, don't.
He was like, no, do not text him
It's the
back.
biggest red flag of all. Everything you've said.
Not being allowed to respond to someone is crazy.
Why? Especially someone like me, somebody who they know.
Well, I mean, you were
I'm a good
nice
faith
when you were on the live, so I was like, well, there's nothing wrong with him. I was like, he's a nice guy, and he's just asking if I actually run my account, when the answer is no.
Having access to your own social media accounts and having somebody tell you like they're your parent, you can't respond to somebody, has to be one of the wildest things to ever hear in life. That hopefully was fired expeditiously Banks, and they also had pitched to her a solution on how to fix everything, because of not only the terrible management, terrible decision making on her side, overall just terrible execution of the project as a whole. It makes sense why she would need a little bit of guidance on how to repair everything that happened.
If you took all the money that you made from the deal, whatever, and just like bought back the coin and then locked it up, I feel like that's a very like clear action that you can make, you know, back to the community. And I think that would just like stamp it, and the community can run with it. So,
and you say, maybe I'm not gonna talk about this every day, whatever, but I'm gonna stand on business. I put my face on this. I'm accepting the responsibility that this happened, and hopefully, you know, everybody is made whole at some point. Where you guys do what you want with this at this point. This is me kind of like, you know what I mean? And what that does is it kind of shows your intentions, right? Like, I just want to do right by this and everybody who participated in this, etc.
If that is the direction she decides to go, I feel like it would be amazing, because we haven't really seen anybody go this route at all when they've done a crypto rug pull. Most people just don't address it at all and continue as if nothing has even happened, or even attempt to sue the people that have went out of their way to expose the rug pull or crypto scams that they have been doing. So if she does end up doing that, I feel like her reputation will be saved, even though I feel like a lot of people have left her in 2024, if I'm being truly honest.
I don't want anybody to misconstrue any of this as like us like letting you off the hook, or like pretending like nothing was done wrong. You definitely did a lot of things wrong here, most things wrong here, but in our opinion, there is a way to fix it. I think that's the next steps. I think focusing hard on fixing it above all else. All the legal shit, any partners that led her to slaughter on this, like, and get to a place where you can, you know, feel good about where things are at.
And it doesn't obviously rid her from any accountability. She is still a bumbling buffoon for doing any of this, and takes a majority of the responsibility, because it's her platform, her face, her everything that was used in order to promote this and allow this scam to even prosper in the first place. And if she just never let that happen, then none of this would have happened at all. We wouldn't even be here right now. At least that's how I feel. But if you want to tell me how you feel, the best place to do that would be the comment section down below. And if you did enjoy this video, then consider giving it a like. And if you enjoy content like this, then maybe consider subscribing, because we use videos like this every single week. And to never miss out on a single video, definitely click that bell icon, because you get notified the second a video goes live. That's enough for me. I'm gonna see you guys in the next one. Peace out.